Hey everybody, I'm Howard, this is Nate, and it's Lucky Dice Live. Nate and I have been having an interesting discussion that he should have saved arguing with me about until we came live. So we're gonna recreate the argument. It really wasn't an argument, it was just a discussion. But we're gonna talk about some of the new figures that have just came out that are gonna be actually live this weekend for states. This is the first weekend that Black Panther is completely legal for states. We've had some new additions. We've had the Superman Up and Away. We've had Beetlejuice. Anything else? Did I miss anything?
Starter sets, or are they not until?
Starters. Now, the starter sets would be legal, but I don't think that that's really. I haven't looked at them close enough.
The Superman is really good.
So the Superman in there is good?
Yeah.
Tell me about him, because I don't know anything about him.
So the Superman says whenever you move Superman, not capitalize move action, just move Superman, he may make an attack or flurry. So if you use
flurry?
hypersonic, you move twice during hypersonic.
What's his movement?
I think it's 10, I think.
Okay.
I think it's 10.
So if you don't use hypersonic,
That works with sidestep and everything too. So when you sidestep, he can just flurry, make a range attack. Kazar moves, gives him a 6 movement or 5 movement because it halves his movement. So there's a lot of ways to give him extra attacks.
Well, Kazar has to share the keyword with him. Does he share a keyword?
I don't know. I was just pointing out an effect that does that, but there's other characters that allow you to move characters. I'm sure.
So he's got hypersonic speed on his dial?
He does not. So you'd have to put him on the Hell Cycle in order to give it to him.
Exospecs.
Or you give him exospecs and he chooses it.
And then he gets to do one free what?
He can make a ranged attack or flurry. And I don't know if it says free on there. I think it's just he may make.
And it says anytime he's what?
Moves.
Anytime he moves.
Yeah. He's really interesting. I haven't built with him or anything. But yeah.
Does it say free flurry?
I don't think that it does. I'll look it up real quick just to
I want
to make sure. But
because that's if it says anytime he moves, he gets to make a free attack, then he can move and make an attack and then make a free attack. That's why I'm asking these questions.
Yeah, Wes was talking about him on Facebook a week or so ago. Yes, this is him. When Superman moves after resolutions, he may make a ranged attack or use flurry as free. So flurry, if somebody has Beetlejuice out, can't do it. But the ranged attack still works. So he can hypersonic speed, he moved, and then make an attack for the hypersonic, and then after his second movement, he's moved twice, so you make 2 attacks, 2 ranged attacks.
After resolutions, he may make a ranged attack or flurry as free. So the way I would play him, I think, he doesn't need hypersonic speed.
He doesn't, but hypersonic gives him 2 extra attacks, whereas sidestep would give him 1.
The hypersonic speed is all one continuous thing. So I mean, he can't move.
Well, it's split by an attack, and it says move twice in it. So he's moved 2 separate instances, and because this isn't capitalized move action, he's technically moved twice because he moved, stopped, and then moved again.
I still don't think you need hypersonic speed. What I would do in lieu of that, which I think is better, is I would put the cloak on him. Okay. So now he moves his full speed, and he just gets a free flurry. Okay. The cloak gives him plasticity, so he does a breakaway and then moves back and does flurry again.
Yeah.
So that's 4 attacks.
Yeah.
On one character if you want it, or multiple characters.
Yeah. I mean, if you're able to do the free though, hypersonic, he can move, make a ranged attack as the hypersonic attack, and then finish his hypersonic movement into somebody. Because he's moved twice, you would get 2 flurries still.
I'd have to read the way it's worded. Let's see. If Superman, when Superman moves after resolutions, he doesn't get the 2 attacks for the double movement. It's going to be 1 attack after resolutions. When he moves after resolutions, he may make a ranged attack or flurry as free.
Right,
So-
but he's moved twice in the hypersonic instance.
Yeah, but it doesn't count. It doesn't total up. It said when Superman moves after resolutions, he may make a range attack or flurry is free. It doesn't say he gets to make 2 attacks. It says he gets to make a attack. Okay, so he's going to hypersonic speed and attack, and then when he ends his movement, now resolutions have ended. Now he's going to get to make the free attack, and it's either going to be flurry or that.
Yeah.
If you got sidestep on there, to me, okay, it works the same way. Only I think it's better. I go forward and I got the cloak on me, and I go full whatever. Then I do psychic blast, and then I step forward. His one weakness is his damage isn't all that great.
I mean, I think the wording for Darkseid when he blows stuff up is the same. It says when he destroys a terrain marker, and in a movement, I mean, he can destroy multiple, but so it would work the same here because he's moving twice during hypersonic.
I don't think it does. We'd have to get a judge, but I don't think you get the double attack because it says after resolutions. It says when he moves, and I think how does hypersonic read? Read it to me.
Power, half range, carry 0, run through adjacency. For this action, this character halves range, can't carry, and can move through squares occupied or adjacent to opposing characters without stopping. They still must break away. Move. So in that instance, he would get that free attack, then make an attack, then move up to your speed value minus the number of squares just moved. So it's technically 2 movements. So
I don't think that's going to count. I think they will quickly errata it and say you don't get that. I mean, I think that's very.
and I still haven't errated Darkseid.
Darkseid's coming, but I mean, Darkseid is a different problem altogether. What he does exactly what they say to do. That's questionable there. I don't know if I don't think it's gonna work that way. But again, my problem with Superman is he doesn't have a lot of damage. It's only 3 damage, and if you got hypersonic speed, you can't carry an empowerment with you. So if you don't have hypersonic speed, you carry a figure that has. There are some figures out there that have both enhancement and empower. So now you carry that figure up. Now you're boosted up to 4 if you do a range attack. Then you sidestep close, and now you're doing 4 and 4 with a flurry.
Well, maybe since you're making so many attacks, you go all in and you power action with some shields and make his damage go up to 5 all of a sudden, and then he wallops you for 4 attacks or 5 attacks or whatever.
One more time. How brittle is he?
He's not bad.
How many points was that?
He is 75.
Okay.
Why is this not letting me go to the search bar? Oh, that would be why.
I think he's good. Like I said, I don't think he's over awesome, and I don't think that's going to work that way in hypersonic. But you can still get it done, just a different way.
And then he can. He can't be knocked back, and he can reduce penetrating damage. So you're maybe not even going to do anything to him when you attack him.
Depends on what you got. I mean, my Blue Beetle hits him for 5. Says you can't use impervious in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the next guy kills him. So I don't know. I'm not saying. I think he's pretty cool. I don't know that he's. I'd have to just build a team with him. But again, I think the answer would be a lot's going to depend on how hypersonic speed plays out. Now, that being said, the other characters that we've been talking about, I think the biggest. I think let's talk about the one character we were talking about. Let's talk about Beetlejuice, and then let's go into some of the possibilities of Black Panther. Some of the characters coming out of Black Panther being played. So Beetlejuice is nasty. I spent 45 minutes with Dennis and Aaron over the phone. Aaron, by the way, is on the way to North Carolina to play in states there. So he's playing there in the morning, and he's got a modified. He's modified his Starro team. Whether it's better or not, I don't know. But he's modified his Starro team, and he's using Beetlejuice. And so Beetlejuice, what it does is if you can say Beetlejuice 3 times, but those are power actions. So on a normal team, that's not necessarily good. If you're playing 300 points, then if you got leadership, that means you got 1 action left afterwards. So you do 3. You say Beetlejuice 3 times. You give it, and that brings them in. Now, what everybody is looking at is they're using stuff that you don't score any points on, pogs, and they're looking at time. What do they call them?
Time breaker.
Time breakers. You do score some points, but they're looking at what the time breaker. What it's good is because it's what's the word I'm looking for?
Autonomous.
Yeah, autonomous. It's autonomous, so the actions don't count. So if you do 3 power actions with, you produce 3. The time breakers can produce time breakers. It can produce time break, and it's just stupid. If you do that, then they can all power action.
Yeah, and pretty much bring them in for free.
Bring them in for free, and then you still got your 4 actions. Now, the way you would play that, the typical way of playing Beetlejuice, there's 2 different ways. Nate and I were talking about it. Nate has an interesting. Hey, Nicole. Nate has a different take on a possible play on it. The way most people are going to play on it, they're going to do their stuff, okay, and I'm going to attack, I'm going to move, whatever. Then I'm going to use the time breakers. I'm going to go Beetlejuice, bring Beetlejuice in.
Just as an extra little thing.
So now he's at the end of my turn. So what I can do is I can choose a figure I think it's adjacent, but I choose a figure that he's adjacent to, and I can damage that figure, and then I roll a single dice. Wherever that dice comes up is where Beetlejuice ends up on his dial, and Beetlejuice will stay in the game for the duration. Okay, he doesn't. Otherwise, he has to. If you don't do that, if you don't take the power, if you don't take the actions, then he has to come back out. Okay. Well, the purpose of bringing him in is when he's in, you can't do any free actions. So we'll just read it. Other characters would be okay. If Beetlejuice is on your sideline, friendly characters have power. Give Beetlejuice a token. We just went over all that. When he comes in, generate, remove them. We went over all that. Turn Beetlejuice to that click number. Now, it's showtime. Sidestep. Other characters can't be given free action, so you bring them into the game. This includes your own characters. Okay, so the reason you want to bring him in at the end of your turn is so that you've had the opportunity to use all of your free actions and do all your stuff before he comes in. Now, once he's in there, you can't do any free actions. At the end of your turn, Beetlejuice wasn't part of your starting force. Choose 1. You return him to your sideline. You're not doing that. You're bringing him in at the end. Then you give friendly character. Unavoidable damage to half the result. So you're going to damage one of the time breakers, let's say, okay, and that allows Beetlejuice. So your opponent scored 5 points. What did he do? All right, now he has probability control. He has shape change, and he deals penetrating damage to opposing characters with lower point values than himself. All right, but while he's in there, nobody on either team can do free actions. So that's no outwit, right? Is it outwit?
Yep, no outwit, no perplex.
No outwit, perplex. Perplex to me is the bigger thing there. Prob is still good. You can still use most of your powers, but not all of your powers. Yeah. You can't do a running shot pulse wave. You can't do a running shot energy explosion. You can do a running shot psychic blast. You can use ranged combat expert. You can use close combat expert. You can't charge in flurry. You can't if you have a character that has something that they do for free, whether it's producing pogs,
sidestep's gone.
Sidestep's gone. All your free actions are gone for both teams. Now, the way we talked about it, and Aaron kind of built. Dennis and I talked about it beforehand, unknowing that what Aaron had done, and I said, what you do is you build a team that's not reliant on free actions, and that has a high defense that's like hard to hit.
Yep.
I'm laughing at his team.
My silver team, everybody's at least a 21, and
Yeah.
you can't modify because of Jennifer Gale, so it's kind of difficult to
So
difficult to hit it.
So you build a team that's hard to hit and is not relying on free actions that can do other things, and that's a good team. So you kill him, you get him out of the game. You may elect to take him out at the end of your turn so you can do your free actions the next turn, you know, if you have any. Most people, I think, that use this don't have a lot of free actions. They're just doing their straight up attacks and movement and everything. But this is a very tough figure to work around, and he's going to see play. People are going to come up with some combos that I've not even thought about, but in general,
It is a way to damage your own characters.
yeah.
So whenever something is damaged, I mean that's huge. There's some weird stuff that I can tell is probably going to happen because of that.
So anyway, that's a thing now. So he's going to be seeing some play. So either you prepare for it, you either try to just. I mean, you can. I mean, it's. He's going to roll a d6, so, and on a d6 is where he comes in. So he the worst case scenario for him, he comes in at 6, but at 6 he's got a 20 defense, and he's got that's plasticity,
steel energy, plasticity.
Yeah, so he comes in and he does 4 damage on his worst click. Now, if you're lucky enough and you can hit him, he's gone out of the game, and you score. I think he's 100 points, don't you?
Yeah, he's 100.
Yeah, so you get rid of him. So there's some risk involved if it's going to be a flat 20. But there's a possibility you can. I mean, even here, I mean, if he's got mastermind, you're like really screwed there because you can't outwit his mastermind. I mean, he's going to be tough to deal with. But like I said, if he comes at the first of the dial, you're really screwed because you're not going to be able to take him out like that. But if he comes in middle to late, you have a reasonable shot. Even still, it's going to be hot. It's going to be hard because your characters. Like I'm thinking about my team. I'm getting at best probably a 12 attack with everything that I got. Well, Sicarian Iron Man could hit him. Sicarian Iron Man would be a 14. And so I mean, there are ways he can be hit. He can be destroyed. Things can happen. Now, anyway, I see a lot of play with him. He does a lot of stuff, and you need to be prepared for it. You either go in, you need to either have a plan to deal with him, or you need to make a team that can prevent things from happening, which is what we were talking about. So there's this character. We'll jump from him and we'll jump into Black Panther. We're going to talk about several characters, but because he led us into Black Panther, let's start with that. So the legacy card, the reason everybody's been swooping up the legacy card and why it's I don't have any extra, but I'll get him. He'll get one, Nicole. Don't worry about it. On the reason everybody's been swooping up the Black Panther legacy cards is because there is a workaround. So, and that's why the legacy cards legacy card has been bringing so much money. The legacy card for Avengers Defenders Chase Black Panther, it's the one him sitting on the throne. That legacy card, what it does is it allows you to a degree, nullify sideline action. So at the beginning of the game, I declare my team, and then we both declare our teams. And when we declare our team, you can then say what's your sideline active figures, and you can pick 2 figures on that sideline and use Black Panther's ability. And what Black Panther's ability says is at the beginning of the game, you may choose up to 2 game elements on your opponent's sideline. Game elements chosen for this trait can't be brought into the game or use any sideline active effects. And that gets a little tricky, and we're going to talk about that. He's also got leadership and outwit, and he can. And I got a question on that. So you have to have something that produces vibranium tokens. You can't just put vibranium tokens on your sideline, can you?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, I want to know that answer. So anyway, let's talk about what we have. Again, I've had a lot of conversations about this today. So Black Panther, it says this is very simple. If you choose 2 figures and they can't be brought into the game, let's talk about those. So let's talk about in simplicity, like Destroyer, the Prime Destroyer. Normally you could bring him into the game.
Yeah.
Now you can't.
Reverse Flash.
Is Absorbing Man a sideline figure?
Yep.
So you could pick Absorbing Man, and then Absorbing Man can't come into the game.
Same. Reverse Flash. Same thing.
Reverse Flash. Any of the characters.
The Riders from Ghost Rider.
Well, we're going to come back to that because you're right, but there's a little trickier part to that. All right. So the other things that you can't bring in would be like Sleipnir can't come in. Beetlejuice cannot come in. He cannot do all the shenanigans that we just talked about. He can't come in. So the Black Panther is a Beetlejuice killer, or nullifier, I guess is a better way of putting it. It also says that game elements chosen for this trait can't be brought into the game or use their sideline active effects. That's a little tricky because I went over with Aaron and how this works. So let's use the Ghost Riders, for example. All right, so the Ghost Riders, you can still assign them.
Yep.
Okay. They're assigned, but now they can't use their sideline stuff. What that means is, as a rider, you still get the attack and damage power that you chose, but when the avatar dies, or not the avatar, but whenever the Ghost Rider dies, the vehicle dies.
They just can't come onto the map.
They can't come onto the map, so you can't. That's the only. It's not terrible. It's not the worst thing. You just can't bring in that one. You can't bring in the figures. It doesn't affect it that much. Now let's talk about Khonshu, and let's talk about the avatars and how they work. So, if you have to read it, and I had to explain it to Nate because it's a little confusing, and like I said, I had to have a discussion about it myself. So, as an avatar, you assign an avatar to a figure. Okay, it's assigned with 10 points, or it's assigned with 0. If you share the right keyword, then it's 0. So it comes in as an avatar, and it says for the rest of the game, that figure can use these powers. I use Khonshu. Khonshu gives my Surfer prob and stealth. Okay, those powers have already been granted prior to the other player saying killing the sideline figure. So if he goes and he says Khonshu, all right, he hasn't affected me one iota. In fact, in a way, he's hurt himself, because now he takes Khonshu off the side. Even I've still got my powers, but now I can equip Surfer. So Surfer can pick up an object, or I can do shenanigans or whatever. Surfer can now be equipped. Second, because I don't have the sideline power that says I can't anymore. Secondly, if I spent points on the avatar, for example, I didn't use. Let's just say I used Sicarian Iron Man. So Sicarian Iron Man, I had to pay 10 points for.
Yeah.
So if he kills Sicarian Iron Man under normal conditions, he kills Sicarian Iron Man, plus he gets 10 points.
Yeah.
If he does that now, and he chooses that figure, then he can't score the 10 points. He's leaving
Yeah.
10. He's basic. You're actually helping rather than hurting. So never choose the avatar as your sideline choice. It doesn't help you. It actually it hurts you. It helps your opponent. And so anyway, he's going to affect the game. To me, I don't think he does. I think he does. I think if you take Beetlejuice out of the picture, he doesn't do a whole lot. I mean, it's 30 points. I mean, it's...
Yeah, I think that the wording isn't really what they intended for. I think they intended to be able to take away the avatars, and they just didn't word it correctly,
Well, again,
which might get errated. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't. At the moment, that's the workaround. I had a long conversation to make sure I understood it right, because I'm thinking about playing. I'm thinking about playing Black Panther tomorrow, and I also want to know what I was in for and what it would, and if somebody played Black Panther on me. The only reason I'm thinking about playing Black Panther is Beetlejuice, because I think that it really affects my team. The biggest effect Beetlejuice does to me is perplex. The free actions, okay, I don't get flurry. All right, I hate that, but I mean I can live without it. I don't get sidestep. That's bad. I don't get Magneto's free TK. That's bad. But I can work with those. I mean I can still fight, but that perplex, oh my God! If I can't beat your team with perplex. If I couldn't use perplex at all,
It'd be rough.
I mean, I mean, it's just.
Well, you can beat it. It's just hard to. I mean, you have to have the game that you're rolling really, really good.
Oh, you have to have. Yeah, I mean, everything's beatable if you roll right.
Yeah.
But anyway, the point is that to me at this point, the Black Panther is an anti-Beetlejuice figure.
Yeah.
And does he do other things? Yes, but would I if Beetlejuice was not in the game, would I play Black Panther? Probably not. I would rather I'm pulling something off my team to play him, and I'd rather have that figure there.
Yeah.
In lieu of.
He has some. I mean, he has leadership and outwit for 30 points, and then free remove any one vibranium token from your sideline. So if you don't have those, then not useful. But if for some reason you have those, if you do remove an action token from a friendly character, I mean, that could come in really handy. I mean, that's a really, really good ability right there.
Well, we know there's characters in Black Panther that produces vibranium tokens, or that at the start of the game put them on your sideline, and can add some more. So without that effect, I mean, I guess I wish I had a vibranium token now. Look up a vibranium token. The card, not the actual piece, I guess. I'm very curious. Can you? I don't think you can, but I don't know.
The only one that's on units is the blocking terrain.
Yeah, but I mean, you're putting that out there.
But you can get vibranium tokens from that. I don't know if you can just put the normal tokens on your sideline. I'm not sure how that works.
Destroy vibranium and place a vibranium token in the active player's sideline. Place a vibranium token. I mean, I wouldn't. I'm not going to play that because of what I need. But I mean, just. If you build a team that can produce vibranium tokens, or if there's a way to put them out there that we don't know about, then the Black Panther would be very, very, very handy.
Yeah. That ability is really good. If you already have something on your team producing those vibranium, I mean, that's a very good ability.
J Major, I'm talking to you, J Major. All right, what are you doing tomorrow? Are you going to Kentucky? I hope he can hear me. Not, I'll type it. He's coming and he's bidding away. I don't know if he really listens to it. What?
And then Dennis was saying that him and...
Okay, he answered. Cool. Well, I'll see you tomorrow then. I'll be there. What is Dennis?
Hey,
say?
Dennis, how are you?
Hey, Dennis.
He was saying that he's watching with Wasabi. And then Albert's asking that.
It does. We were just, I don't know how long, if you've been listening to the whole cast, but we just talked about Beetlejuice, and Dennis was involved earlier. So the workaround, Beetlejuice is going to be very aggravating. You have to build a team that he works right with. Okay. So I mean, just playing Beetlejuice is not effective. Just if you say, "Hey, I'm going to build a team and I'm going to build Beetlejuice," it's not effective.
The only reason that I would argue with that is only because so it's like my silver team. I don't use all 8 sideline. So why would I not put Beetlejuice on there just in case one game in however many we're playing, I go, dang, all of my attackers are gone this turn. I'm going to try to call in Beetlejuice and just attack with Beetlejuice instead. That could be really good. I mean, if he comes in on click 4, he's got a 13 attack for, I think, 4 damage or something, and mind control. He has 0 range, though.
So, Albert, I'm going to back up and get you caught up. I'm going to go try to do a shorter version. So the way Beetlejuice works is you put him on the sideline, and then you have to have 3 characters say Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, and you bring him in. Their power actions. So if you're bringing him in with regular figures, then you're doing 3 power actions, and Beetlejuice comes in, and that may be the only thing that you can do. Okay, now so most people are going to build something with like we talked about time breakers.
Yeah.
You'd use time breakers. They're autonomous and they don't count towards your actions. So what you would do is do whatever you're going to do with your team. At the end of your turn, you then use the time breakers. The time breakers are autonomous. Then you bring in Beetlejuice. Then at the end of your turn, you have a choice to make. You either take Beetlejuice back off, which if you just brought him in, it makes no sense. Why did you even do it? So your intent is
unless he's attacking. If he's attacking, then you might not care if he stays, but
I don't know if you want to bring. I don't know if bringing him in as just to do all that to bring him in as attacker is really worth it. But you bring him in as an attacker, the purpose is most of the people are going to want to leave him there.
Yeah.
The problem is that if you leave him there, that it kills everything on both teams. All right, to leave him there, you have to damage one of the characters that brought him in. Okay. So
I think it's just any friendly character. Roll a d6 and deal another friendly character.
Okay, so any
damage.
friendly. So you roll a d6. That's what he comes in on. Then you deal another character damage.
Yeah.
And so you're giving your own character damage. So the reason you use the time breakers are something like a butterfly or what the hell ever. You do the damage there.
Yeah, it just dies and then
it dies, and then
make another one.
Beetlejuice is in there. Now you can do no free actions. And he can do no free actions. There's still things that both teams can do. The biggest effects are perplex, sidestep, outwit. Those are the biggest effects. Now, so that's how most people would play him. To build the correct type of team to use with him would be a team that was not dependent on free actions, that had a very high defense. Because if you have a high defense. Like if you have energy shield deflection, for example, and or whatever, then the other person cannot use perplex to hit you. They're going to have to rely on their straight up attack value or range combat expert or enhancement or empower and stuff like that, which can be done. All right, so a very good workaround against Beetlejuice is Black Panther, the Black Panther Legacy. So the Black Panther Legacy just simply, I'm not going to go into everything that we just went through with Black Panther, but Black Panther for 30 points does not allow Beetlejuice to come in at all. So if you play that, so if somebody builds a team with the intention of, hey, I can do all these things and I've got Black Panther, and I've got these high defenses, and you're not going to be able to use perplex and do outwit and all this, and I'm safe. Black Panther comes in and says, no, Beetlejuice and all those things you thought you were going to do are null and void. So he is a Beetlejuice killer.
You know, what we haven't talked about yet is somebody playing Beetlejuice on their main force. Which
you could do that
would
too.
be really annoying to deal with.
Somebody you can do that. You can't play Beetlejuice on your main force. That's we're talking.
And he can be equipped if you do that. So then you equip him with something that he's the only one using, Outwit and Perplex.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a Beetlejuice and a Merlin and a Jennifer Kell team.
Yeah. Well, you don't need Merlin, right? If you have Beetlejuice, because then
there's no free
doubles.
actions.
You're doubling down.
No, it does,
you really ate people's free actions with that team.
But anyway, it gets really nuts. Beetlejuice, but he is a workaround. I mean, but the thing is he's also got a target on his back if he comes in as a main player. So coming in, it could. It won't if he doesn't come in. But I mean, it shouldn't. If you are a good player and you build a team with Beetlejuice on your team that is not reliable on free actions and it's not reliable on Perplex, then no, it would not, because your team is set up to be able to annihilate the other team. I mean, let's talk about dinosaurs, for example. Dinosaurs have a extremely high attack. You can still do hypersonic speed. You can still do charge. Now they're not going to get a lot of their free stuff, but they can't be outwitted now. They can't have a lot of things done to them, and they have high defenses. So they would be very viable with Beetlejuice in the game, I think. But there's some other things. One of the most hated figures that we do not like is Starro, and Starro with Beetlejuice on it.
If the specific Starro team we're talking about went against Beetlejuice, I don't know if it would be able to get off a lot of the stuff it's getting.
I ain't worried about it with Beetlejuice. Against Beetlejuice. I'm worried about it with Beetlejuice.
Yeah, with Beetlejuice, it's even more annoying because all the Star fights are autonomous, or at least the legacy ones are. The other ones, I'm not sure. I don't think they are. But
it's just it is what it is. I'm worried about Beetlejuice. I'm thinking about using a Black Panther this weekend. In fact, I actually need to talk to somebody because I think I may have one at home. I don't know. Jay, I'm going to message you or call you in just a minute about something. Which if you've been hearing me talk, you know what I'm going to call you about. So anyway.
In my opinion, I agree with you, Albert. I think it'll slow it down a little bit just because there are a lot of people that are not super familiar with him, especially now. I think as he's out for longer, it might, not affect it as much, but at least for the time being, I think it'll slow it down. And I think it will affect the meta a lot because I think he will be on every single team because it's just a sideline piece.
Well, I think it's going to be errated some.
I'm sure it probably will.
But anyway, what I was about to say is it's not going to slow it down as much as Merlin. Merlin slows the game way down because
because you can't use them, so you're not even worried about them at that point.
Yeah.
Merlin, you're worried about them, and you have to think about, hey, I need to use this one and this one and this one, not those other. Yeah,
you're trying to play moves with your free actions to make sure you have in your actions total to make sure you can do the things you need to do with Merlin, and you're sitting there keeping something. The guy that's playing Merlin is keeping little dice or stick marks about how many actions you got left.
So it will slow it down, but not nearly as much as having to keep up with free actions as normal actions. But
it's but dear God, if you got Merlin, just slows it way down. But Beetlejuice, like you said, you just don't worry about it. It's just where it would slow the game down is players are going to want to know what can I do and what can I not do. All right, you can do a running shot. You can use Psychic Blast. You can use Range Combat Expert. You cannot use Energy Explosion. You cannot use
Running Shot, Energy
and Pulse Wave. Yeah, Running Shot. You can use all those powers, but you can't use them in conjunction.
You just lose the free portion of charge and
no
Running
flurry,
Shot.
No charge flurry, but charge is okay, but just no flurry with it. No Quake, no charge. Boy, Kong sure as hell wouldn't like that, would he?
No.
Yeah.
None of the Jurassic League figures would like that either because they lose their free Quake, which is a huge portion of their viability.
So it's free TK, sidestep, outwit. Outwit's big. Like, you know, I don't do that much. It's funny, on my team, I don't outwit that much. I do, but I don't. You know what I mean?
So yeah, sidestep, what we've already talked about.
Anything that's named as free,
else.
anything anything that's named on your as a character that has a free ability, it's gone. So it does make a difference. Let's move on and talk about some other things. I don't think we have but 15 more minutes. So other things in Black Panther that we think that are going to see some play. Dennis and I had a conversation about this earlier. So we think the Black Panther is going to see some play. The Legacy. I think the Storm Chase is going to see some play.
Oh yeah, she's really good, especially when Collector's Trove comes out. There's a what is it, the ultimate weapon, or there's a object or a equipment in Collector's Trove that lets you choose a attack power. So now that Storm is running shot pulse waving for 3. Because when she does damage to multiples, she
only takes 2 damage, so she's a tough figure to deal with. So you're going to see that probably very quickly, probably tomorrow. You're going to see. I think you'll see a Tomb. I think that
he's really good in a totem team. Just having one massive character. I can't think of one off the top of my head that's just.
I think he's
right
pretty,
there. I mean,
think he's pretty,
Legacy Thanos is good. That Green Lantern's good. The Legacy.
Well, I'm talking about Black. We're talking about Black Panther. I think you're going to see.
Yeah, I was just bringing other huge point characters that are really good. I don't think he's below those other ones. I think a Tomb is really good.
Well, I mean, if you have a Tomb and you bring in Beetlejuice.
Yeah, because I mean. You'd have to have other characters, or you'd have to just be wasting a lot of turns to bring them in.
It's a 400-point game.
Oh, you're talking a Tomb and Beetlejuice as your team. That would be fun.
Well, you could do that, or you could put him on the sideline and bring in. But anyways, the other guy, they can't do free actions. I mean, there's things you can do. I think there's some pretty good characters that are in the set.
I like Colonel James Rhodes, the Prime. I got to play with him in the Sealed the other day. He's pretty fun.
The Falcon that allows you to bring bystanders back. I think
that'll be really good too.
I think that's going to be used.
I mean, with Butterfly, that's really good.
I wouldn't surprise me to see somebody play Chaos King. I mean, you still got 100 points.
He's a fun character.
You've got 150 points left over with him. He's 250. But he does a lot. I mean, he can. I think he's pretty damn strong. He's hard as hell to kill. And again, you have 150 points to build with him. So it seems to me like you could do some things with that. I mean,
yeah. He's not like the easiest. I've not played him, but I've watched some games because he's been around here a few different times. And he's super, like, I don't know how you would plan really great to go against him because you don't know what's going to happen next turn. He rolls and it's just random. So you're really banking on, okay, I think this might be the rolls next. And it's like, you don't know. It's just
if he rolls really good, like he throws 3 1s out there, which will happen at some point. But if he throws, he's damaging somebody, another character, 6. I mean, like he can roll those dice, be across the board, said, hey, Starro, way over there, take 6. Yeah. And then he's got the ability to possibly move free. I mean, the way I would play, I think Venom Magneto would be a good play with him because you can TK, he can do his free movement, he can attack, he can TK back to keep him out of harm's way. There's lots of figures that would work well with him. The Ghost Rider that we like would work well with him because now if you keep the Ghost Rider beside him,
you can't lose anything.
Yeah, you can't speak. Cosmo can't say you can't use Invincible. Oh yeah, I can. I got a Ghost Rider right here. That's kind of tough. So I mean, I think he can. If you do hit him, there's a possibility that he heals 6 clicks on his next turn. by himself.
What else might be? So yeah, we said Colonel James Rhodes.
I don't know about Odin.
The Ares, I can see maybe a team being with Ares for the Blades thing. I mean, he's just gonna be on the sideline, but that'd be interesting to see.
Ares is good. I want to build a team with nothing but white bases now.
A lot of people said that the Black Panther Prime was good. I haven't really looked at him.
Read what he does.
Super Senses, leadership, but succeeds on a 4 to 6. When Black Panther uses it and succeeds, add a Vibranium token to your sideline. Free, remove any 1 Vibranium token from your sideline. If you do, Black Panther reduces damage taken by 1 in addition to other effects until your next turn. That's good. He has Invuln, so now he's reducing 3. 85 points. He has improved movement, elevated, outdoor blocking, and characters. Top dial, he's 10 movement, 12 attack, 18 defense, 3 damage. Precision strike, invuln, outwit. Once per turn, when a friendly character with the Wakanda keyword or an adjacent friendly character would be KO'd, you may remove any 1 Vibranium token from your sideline. If you do, you may instead turn that character to their last non-KO click, then heal them 1 click. So that's Death Metal Wonder Woman. Yeah, that's good ability. Yeah. She comes around a lot. She's a good character. Then his movement ability, Charge Flurry, that's good, unless Beetlejuice is out. When Black Panther hits after the attack resolves, you may move him up to 2 squares. That's good. Black Panther may move between attacks during Flurry. That's really good.
So are we going to analyze every figure now? That's good, unless Beetlejuice is there. Well, yeah. That's good, too, unless Beetlejuice is on the map.
I feel like it's hard not to, because he's going to be on the sideline. I don't think there's going to be a team that doesn't have him on the sideline, because at some point, like I said, my team probably won't use him all that much, but there could be that turn where you're like, all right, well, my attackers are not doing anything, or they're dead, and then you go, all right,
cost anything. I might as well put him on my sideline.
Yeah, I mean, you possibly have a turn where you have, okay, hey, my support pieces that can't do anything anyway are going to just power action bring in Beetlejuice. Maybe they're next to somebody, and then Beetlejuice rolls a 4, and he comes in with 13 attack, and he just slaps somebody.
He's going to be. I mean, you're right. What if I'm like down to just a few figures?
Well, like during the game, he keeps those tokens. So like turn 1, if you're first player and you're already not moving, let's say you don't use one of your actions, say Beetlejuice once, and then he keeps the token, and then later on in the game, maybe you do it again, and then maybe later. So it's not really 3 actions. It's 3 actions throughout the whole game. You can possibly use it.
First turn, Beetlejuice.
Yes. Or you Beetlejuice twice, and then later in the game you just do it once.
You stay there in your starting zone. You say Beetlejuice.
Yep.
You can't be attacked. You haven't moved out. You haven't done anything. But now you're giving the token to Beetlejuice.
And then later on, he needs less tokens. I mean, he's going. I think he's going to be on everything.
I guess I'm going to stop at the store and get a Beetlejuice off the shelf. Because I mean, you can, like you said, I can play.
Yeah, there's no point if you have the sideline space. He's so good, even if it's one in. Let's say you go to states, right, and you're playing 6 rounds or something to get to top 8, or 5 rounds to get to top 8. Maybe one of those games you do that. I mean, maybe not. Maybe you go to 2 states, and in the 10 rounds there's 1. I mean, that could be a determining factor of a game. Maybe one game is the determining factor of the states you go to.
As it stands right now, I think you're right. I think you're going to see Beetlejuice on the sideline in everybody's team, and the only way you're going to stop that is going to be to. So here's what's going to happen. I predict that we're going to have states this weekend, and everybody's going to go and we're going to sell out of Beetlejuices.
Yeah.
3 weeks from now, they're going to errata it, and nobody can use it anymore.
Yeah.
He is a problem.
Because he's an Iconics, if he gets errated, I think it will be like Kong, where it's, okay, he's still very viable, but, he loses a little bit of his luster. But it's like, he's still going to be usable. I don't think they're going to be able to errata him so bad because he's an Iconics. They can't just go, nobody's going to buy this anymore. Like, they'd be losing too much money.
The errata, first of all, you shouldn't be able to do the power actions with pogs and bystanders and stuff take the damage. That's the first thing that's got to go away. So if you're going to play him, it should have to be to your real force. The damage or the call in has to be to your real force. And of course, that may not be that bad either. All right, so I call in, I use something, I call in, or let's say Scott Porter does it, and then Scott Porter heals himself at the beginning of next turn. You know, of course, that's not in modern age, but in Silver Age, there's ways to make it very effective and not even really take any damage. So anyway, yes, Beetlejuice is going to be played, and we have now convinced Howard to use it. So I'm going to use. I was really more worried about playing Beetlejuice. So I'm like, well, hell, why don't I just put one on my team? Like you just said, it doesn't cost me anything. It's on the sideline. Worst case scenario, it's going to force somebody to pick him with a Black Panther, which I'm like, okay, whatever, rather than one of my other things that I don't want him to pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's I don't think that. All right, personal opinion, Beetlejuice should not be in the game, at least not with the way that he is right now. It's too. Anytime you got
there shouldn't be a character that's on every single team always because he's just. I mean, he has to be, right? Like if you're going against somebody and you don't have Beetlejuice and they do, even if it's like a 10% thing, they're 10%. I pulled up White Tiger Prime because I think so. Yeah, I believe he's unique.
Let's look. I gotta know. White Tiger may be another figure that's played.
Yeah, he's unique.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah.
Because can you imagine?
Yeah, you put just your entire sideline as Beetlejuice with autonomous figures only on your team.
Yeah. Yeah. Or even worse, you have all your starting figures are Beetlejuice.
Yeah, 3 of them.
And you have 3 Beetlejuices, and then you have 6 Beetlejuices on your sideline.
Yeah.
Imagine that. So the very first time they go, Beetlejuice, 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 and then that 4th one comes in, he's staying.
So other character I think will get played a decent amount is White Tiger Prime. I think she's very good. For 40 points, I don't think you're going to get a better...
Yeah, for 40 points,
much better
really
character.
Good. She's got a long dial. She does a lot of damage. She has that tiger that she calls in that's very good. The
Chi Tiger Bystander is really good. When it's not on the map, she can only take how much? 2 damage. I mean...
If she pulls it back off or it dies or whatever, she only can take 2 damage as long as most of the time you're not even going to... It's very situational. You would not even really want to pull it out.
Yeah, and then the Chi Tiger is it's a giant. So it has giant reach, and then
it can actually carry her.
Sidestep, yeah, it can carry her. It's sidestep with a 12 attack and blades, 18 invuln, and then 4 damage.
As long as
it's walloping
as long as Beetlejuice
somebody.
isn't on the map.
Yeah, it wouldn't affect this as much, I don't think, because she generates it just next to somebody possibly anyway. It might not have to sidestep.
Does blades still work?
It does because it's not free. It's just during a close attack.
The way everything used to be worded,
Hadar will get played.
The way that everything used to be worded, the old rules, nothing. You could have done nothing. Running shot, make a free attack. Nope, you're not getting to do that. Charge, then nope, you're not getting to do that. The way everything was worded, there's hardly anything that would have been able to be played.
Yeah. Out of all of the other stuff, I don't know. We already mentioned Hadari Yale. I think she's the most playable chase. We had mentioned a Tomb. All the chases that have the avatar stuff, they'll get played. I mean, somebody will have a reason to have whatever they give on them. And they'll definitely get played after Next Worlds and all the other avatars are gone in Modern. They'll get played even more then. Who else on here? I like Njidaka. I don't think he's super great, but I really like his...
People were saying Bash is pretty good.
There's Bast out. There's Bast.
I haven't really looked at Bass that close.
125 points. Charge Blades, Impervious Exploit. The sideline active is the Herald one, and it gives willpower and outwit. So,
That's good.
I mean, that's just towerette, but willpower instead of support.
But Beetlejuice is on the map. Then you're not getting crap with it because you can't use that wit.
Yeah. You can still use willpower.
Yeah,
Not a free action.
willpower.
So, yeah, so that's just his sideline is just towerette, but willpower instead of support. So, I mean, towerette gets played all over the place. Willpower is useful. I mean,
just a little bit. So what
the
about
Pogs are really
there's
interesting.
another character that the people are talking about, Artem Zola.
Yeah,
Does he
so his
produce a
Pogs are really good.
Yeah.
I don't think he's necessarily great. I really like him. I played him in the Super Sealed. 125 or 75.
That's
The
pretty-
125, I don't think he's worth, not even close. The
So did he do
75,
the same thing in both? Does he produce the Pogs both ways?
he does. His 75 point value, though, like you're not getting much besides the Pogs. I mean, he is leadership on a 4 to 6, but you don't want him to hit leadership. You want him to be creating those Pogs because he creates them when he misses leadership.
So somebody like McKean that always is rolling for leadership and going, of course not.
yeah, that would
Start
help
rolling,
a lot.
Now he would roll leadership.
Yeah,
and
because he
make, of
doesn't
course,
want it. Yeah. So I mean, like his Pogs are so good though, and so his Pogs are normal size. They have Hydra, so they're knocking your defense down one.
Look at they're battling over the map.
Oh yeah, damn, it's got up there. It's
Yeah.
$85.
Yeah. These maps. It's a good map.
Yeah, I really like the States map. Yeah, so Nicole Brandon did a great job. The States map's awesome.
I like it.
So yeah, the mutate's 3 range. It's got Hydra, 8 movement with charge, 11 attack with blades, 17 defense with invuln. It's 1 damage exploit. So you're rolling blades every time, but I mean they're normal. I used it in the Super Sealed. Every game that I kept missing leadership, I won 400-0 because I just ran all of my mutates over, and then you can't break away from them. At least with the Black Panther set, nothing really has plasticity or anything. So you're having to try to break away from them, and they're hitting you for blades exploit every turn. They're pretty good. He's just not, for the 75 points, you're really just getting that though. I mean, he's just not amazing besides that. He has a 16 defense.
You'd have to
he's going to get
see
walloped.
the whole team, but with him. Last night, I want to get your impression of that. Last night we played not last night, but 2 nights ago, we did our Black Panther Sealed.
Yep.
Had a good turnout.
Yeah.
We had a real good turnout for it, and we used the Brock Star. Is it Brock's?
The Brock and Roll concert map.
Rock and Roll concert. That one was designed by my son. I hadn't really looked at that map real close until I played it last night. It's actually a pretty good map, and if you have the right team, it can be.
If you have the right team, it is not going to be fun to play against you. Like
Yeah.
I had, I pulled the prime Colonel James Rhodes, so I played 6 bystanders, and then I just lined up every single game. I did this because I either won or the person put me on the wrong side of the map with the elevation, and I just lined up behind the elevation and just shot over it the whole game, and can't get close to me then.
If you got a character that ignores elevation, it's a very good map for. The other thing that's weird about that map, and I didn't realize it, is I thought it was an indoor map.
Yeah, it's outdoor.
It's an outdoor map, and I just looked at it and thought it was indoor, but it's an outdoor, like an outdoor stadium. So all the blocking and all that stuff you can fly over, and it makes a big difference. And I think it goes 4 elevations.
Yep. It goes from
the
1 to
stadium.
2 to 3 to 4. It's bleachers, but
Yeah, so like you got the floor, which is 1, and then you got a stage that goes up to 2. And then you got bleachers that go 1, 2, 3, and then 4.
Yeah, and it's right after each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 squares.
Oh, I had fun
Yeah.
last night. I don't know if you were listening to it. No, I'm not going to argue about this. Jonathan, come here. Jonathan, explain to Joaquin why if you're on elevation 1,
You can't see elevation,
elevation
4 or
four.
3, yeah, because the other elevations are in the way. Which, just for how that map is, makes absolutely no sense. It's bleachers. You're talking like, have you been to a football game? I can see that. I can see that seat. I know I can. But yeah, that's not how the game rules work. So.
No, but trying to explain that to him was not fun. The hardest thing that we had when Joaquin started playing the game was explaining line of fire to him because of...
Well, just a lot of the line of fire rules are weird, and it's hard to look at it with like a common sense, or like I want to look at it like how it would be looked at in real life. That's not how the game works.
No, it doesn't.
It's
I mean, it is what it is. That is the rules.
Yeah.
But trying to explain to him and over every week about, like, if you're down here that you can't cross that square to shoot somebody, and now you add in 4 elevations on top of everything that he just left. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Looks like the auction's done, which means it's time to do stuff. They don't want to listen to us talk all night long. I don't want to listen to us talk all night long, so
They want to see.
let's add the legacy card in. We have an ongoing bounty pool. I'm going to add a
Legacy card.
Red Shift legacy card in. I'm going to add an X-23 team-up card in. I'm going to add in a Rogue. This Rogue is from Uncanny X-Men. Super rare. I've got an Invisible Boy from Fantastic Four Future Foundation. Then I've got a Iron Man from, what is this from? This is from Galactic Guardians.
Is there a reason that's not?
Yeah, because it's all messed up. You can have it if you want it.
I don't care. I just asked.
All right, so then I'm adding a Nimrod the Greater, and I'm going to add one more thing, and you get to get a sealed pack of Incredible Hulk back when we used to get these as counter displays. Okay. I used to have a bigger marker than this.
I've got one right here.
You got the bigger? Okay.
Yep.
That's in here. Oh, let's do it in here. Oh, I found more stuff. Okay.
All right.
We'll use these too. I got a whole bunch more team-up cards.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Put the date on there too, Tate.
10, and it is 12/6.
Yeah.
12/6. 12.
If anybody's watching this, I know we had some kind of confusion that happened when I brought back the case from Mexico. I think I've taken care of everybody but one person on that so far, and I'm waiting for them to reply to me. So we do err sometimes, but we do always fix it. So I hope that everybody that I hope that you. My point is that when you're dealing with us, you can deal with confidence because we will always do what's right. All right, so we're gonna start off with booster number 1. But wait, we gotta do something. We gotta pick the we gotta pick the super rare for the bounty figure. All right, so let's do it, guys. I need a figure. I need a super rare named as a bounty figure. First one to get nominated twice will be it. I can see Auxxit. I can see everybody on the restream. Let's hear it, guys. Name a figure. Nicole, what's it gonna be tonight? Nicole, look, guys, let's just let Nicole pick, and then everybody agree that whatever she picks is gonna be the figure, because every week it hits. It's almost uncanny-like. Of course, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna get behind her. She's never gonna pick one again.
Not every time, but it's almost every time.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's hear it. All right, I got a snowbird. Second nomination, snowbird. That was easy enough. So let's do it. We're looking for a snowbird. Snowbird isn't terrible. You looked at her?
Yeah,
Played with
I haven't played with her. She chooses between 6 abilities, I think.
Yeah, she's not terrible.
She's not terrible. I don't think she's the best character in the set. But
No, by no means.
For like sealed or for battle rolls, I think she's really good.
All right, so I've got a common Colleen Wing. I got a Killmonger common. I got a Venom rare. I've got an Achilles uncommon and a Black Panther 001 common. Who won the map, by the way?
Booster
Guess
number 2.
So Brainster won the map. So we'll get that out to you on Monday or Tuesday, whenever my daughter decides she wants to actually send something.
All right, booster number 2. You've got a common Black Panther 001, common Black Panther 002, common Hatut Zeraze, uncommon Hercules, and a rare Ironheart.
I like that Hercules too now.
Yes, I like Hercules a lot. And,
Yeah, he's good.
Sealeds, Battle Royals, he's awesome. They'll probably be playable in Pulp. Pretty good.
All right, so this is our first money piece of the night. Light money piece. Don't get too excited. But we do have super rare here. All right, so we got a Claw, common. We got an Everett Ross, common. We got a Plunderer, uncommon. We got a heart-shaped herb. And we got a Namor, super rare. Nobody really likes him that much, do they?
I don't like him at all.
It breaks my heart because Namor is actually powerful in the game. I mean, the comics. Now, he's always been one of my favorite characters. It's like,
I really wanted them to do a legacy card for the Splash Namor, the one that's like
Oh, yeah.
has the water behind
Yeah.
it and it looks like he just dove.
is that the one that puts out a piece of water in terrain? I think, and
I
then
don't
can move into
remember
it.
what he does. I just really like the sculpt.
I think that's out of Nick Fury. There's
Oh.
one that he produces within so many squares a piece of water terrain, and then he can move into it for
It
free.
might be that one. I'm not sure. I don't
Unless you have a Beetlejuice, then you can't move
Yeah,
into it.
you
You can
can't
make the
move
water,
it.
but then you just look at it. No splash.
All right, number 4, we've got a common Luke Cage, common AIM Agent, common AO, uncommon Okoye, and then rare Black Panther.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What number do I have? I've got a 5.
5, yeah.
All right. Who's got number 5? Not named J Major. I'm just kidding. Maybe J's. Let me see. Let's look at the results here. Let's see if you see a 5. It's a 9, 4,
No, I don't see
5.
5. No, I see 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, for some reason it won't let me scroll down here.
I know, it doesn't ever let me do it. If you're on the other end too, it still doesn't let you do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It
That's
doesn't
just
make
there's
any
something. Yeah, there's something in the system. So we don't know who's got 5, but if you got 5, speak up. You're going to be very happy here. You got a Miles Morales common, a Thor rare, which is also a figure we've been talking about. It's pretty
Yeah.
darn good. You got a Shuri uncommon. You got an AO common, and then you got the first chase of the night. You got a Zeus. All right, good deal, Corbin Dallas. If that's true, then you got a Zeus. Chase, congrats on that.
He's pretty cool. Being able to pull
Yeah.
his way for 2 is good. All right, I'm opening booster number 6. All right, booster number 6. You're starting off with a common Black Panther 002, common Dora Milaje, common Colleen Wing, uncommon Shuri, and then a rare Queen Storm.
Okay.
Jonathan had a cool pack during the sealed on Wednesday. He had Queen Storm and King Black Panther.
We're going to pause for a second. We're going to make fun. He did have a good booster, but we're going to make fun of our buddy Joaquin, who I hope is
Oh
watching
yeah.
this. So Joaquin pulled 2 boosters, and he was sitting across from Jonathan, and was upset because he wanted Jonathan's boosters, and which he just told you what it
Yeah.
was, and then he was going to do a mulligan. Okay. He had a Chaos King.
Yeah.
He was going to do a mulligan, which means he buys 2 more boosters, and he was just
And can't use Chaos.
yeah, and he was just moaning and groaning the whole night,
And then he wiped everybody.
and he
with
won the
Chaos
tournament.
King.
It was nobody. Chaos King is the sealed. I mean, it just
Yeah.
all right. So we got a Ramonda uncommon, we got a Storm common, we got an Okoye uncommon, we got a Amadeus Cho and Kirby, who's also a little interesting. Vibranium, and then we got a Captain America Super Rare 042.
Okay.
I'm on booster number 8. No snowball yet. This time.
I think we pulled 3 Super Rares. Maybe, I'm not sure.
Yeah, at least 3 so far. All right, booster number 8. You've got a common Claw, a common Wakandan Scientist, uncommon Achille, rare Vanisher, and then you've got super rare Arnim Zola.
Who we were just talking
And you've got
about.
a Vibranium token.
All right, this isn't a bad break. Not a bad break at all. All right, so I'm going into booster number 9, and I've got a Storm, common, an Everett Ross, common, a Hatut Ceres, common, Power Man uncommon, Midnight Angel common.
Booster number 10. Yeah, I could feel that was off. All right, booster number 10. You've got a slightly broken figure, but it's not anything that's not.
Which one? Yeah.
It's not anything.
Oh yeah, it's just this little blue thing that popped off.
You've got a common White Wolf. You've got a common Wakandan Scientist, uncommon Scientist Supreme, rare Spider-Man, who is really cool. Played with him a few times.
He's actually a
Really
good
like him.
figure, and we didn't even talk about him, but yeah, I think he's decent. How many points
Yeah,
is he?
so 75 or 40. And then, I mean, if you bring water terrain, which I had Isaiah do, you can't target. I mean, you have to be next to him. Pretty cool. And then you got a rare Ares. So rare Ares and rare Spider-Man.
So he can
Good
sneak,
pack.
he can sneak up on Star Rush, just make a water trail just across the map.
Yeah. If you have somebody that produces water, yeah, that'd be
Well,
really cool.
beside-
You just produce water and then can't be targeted while you're there. They have to close target you.
All right, so we got another legacy card going in. I'm gonna throw in a wizard team up.
Yes, Dennis, Zeus was pulled.
Wonder Woman legacy. Let's put in a Scourge Prime damn it, Mighty Thor. I got a Faust, not the hated Faust, but a Faust from Superman and Wonder Woman. And I've got pull up here and grab some. Oh, there's one. We'll grab a Seal Moman, LE. What else we got up there? That's no Moman. Don't need one of those. We'll grab a Femin. I think that should do it. It's building up a little bit.
Eleven, 12, 13, 14.
Did you do it again?
16. Yeah, I caught myself into it.
I did it a lot.
18, 19, and there should be 20. 20, and then I need to go 12, 6, 6, 12, 6.
All right, so we're still got the same Valley figure. We're looking for a Snowbird. All right, so let me have number 11 over there. I'm kind of glad. I was tired of opening up the super boosters, Jurassic boosters. I'm glad that we don't have those anymore.
Back to normal.
Yeah.
Next set will be 12 boosters.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm very interested to see how that pans out. I mean, I've been talking about it, and people have acted like it's no big deal. But then I want to see what happens when it comes down to it. People,
Feel that one.
oh, is that my side or your side?
That's 18. It's my side.
Oh, you get the good one this time. That may be the one.
It could be.
Could be.
This set is very weighted.
Yeah. When we do our seals at the store, don't let anybody touch the boosters. They literally are not allowed to pick up the boosters.
Really noticeable.
All right, so we got a common Killmonger, a Nick Fury and Goose uncommon, Luke Cage common, Power Man uncommon, and we got a Night Thrasher super rare. So he did it all. I didn't believe him either.
Night Thrasher?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I've at least read him once, and he was probably not notable to me, at least, but I'm not the best player in the game, so I don't know.
I need to just take Jay's too.
This is pack number 12. Got a common Everett K. Ross, a rare Vanisher, common Black Panther 001, common Miles Morales, and an uncommon Vibranium Man, who is really good in sealed and battle royals, and will probably be good in pulp.
I think so too. I think on a plan team, I think he's really going to be good because you're planning for what he can do. When we get done, help me pull Jay Major's boosters out real quick.
Okay.
Because he's up there. So if anybody else is going to be in Kentucky tomorrow, which I don't think so, but I know Jay's going to be there. If you will tell me you're going to be in Kentucky tomorrow, I can bring your boosters in the morning. All right, we're on number 13.
Yep.
Wow, got a lot of plastic in this one. Okay, I know what that is, which I think is also a good figure.
Sure.
Okay. All right, so we have a Black Panther common, the female, 002. We have a Vibranium token. We have a Black Panther uncommon, a Phil Coulson uncommon, and we have a Shuri super rare. Yeah, we pulled a, what did we pull? We pulled a Zeus in brick number 1, and with a high degree of confidence, we're going to pull one here too, and I think it's going to be a very good one.
Yep. All right, we're on booster 14. You're starting with a common AO, common Luke Cage, uncommon Hercules, uncommon Ramonda, and a rare Ironheart.
Let me answer what you spell Panera? P-A-N-A-R-O?
I think it's E-R-A. You said Panera?
Panera, like Panera bread?
Yeah, P-A-N-E-R-A.
E-R-A?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks right. All right, booster number 15. Sorry about that, guys. I'm looking in the morning and we're driving up. I don't have my car. I don't have a car. My car's like a truck. Jeremy, his car got destroyed, totaled out, so he needed something to drive down to Mobile with and go on a cruise. I borrowed my car and he gave me his truck. Hopefully my car don't get totaled.
She's pretty cool.
Yeah, she is. All right, so now we got, still looking for the figure. Still looking for what was our
Snowbird.
Snowbird. Everett Ross, Miles Morales, all commons. Dora Malay common. Is it Malay? It's Malaysia. Malaysia. Here we go. Misty Knight uncommon and a Tila Prime. So that's our first Prime of the night. Tila Prime, which is pretty good actually.
Yeah. Being able to sidestep 3 squares is pretty cool. All right, booster number 16.
But Beetlejuice says no.
Yeah. All right, booster number 16. You've got a uncommon Scientist Supreme, common Hatat Zeraze, common Claw, uncommon Plunderer, and a super rare White Tiger. Not the Prime, just the normal.
All right, so I got 17. We would like to know who has 18. It's coming up next, but giving you a little bit of time to react. Who has 18? Please speak. All right, I got a Vibranium token. This is 17. Killmonger rare. I've got a Wakanda Scientist common. White Wolf common. Ramonda uncommon. And Amadeus Cho.
Two times the weight.
And Kirby. I think this is going to beat me.
Oh, I'm sure it is. It probably is.
This is, I
So,
think,
it definitely has something in it.
yeah.
Okay, who has booster number 18? Oh,
It's the one, isn't it?
this is actually
Oh,
the one.
Oh, look, no, don't say nothing. Who has 18? Who has 18? Speak up. I wonder if Jay Majors got it.
You might.
See, I don't think
Booster number.
it doesn't show.
Yeah, it's one of the ones that's not.
Well, I got another way of doing this. Just hold on. I'm not proceeding until we know who's got it. So we go over here and just look at sales, and then this is
18 right there. Jasperado.
Jasperado. Jasperado, where are you? Jasperado, speak up, Jasperado. Jasperado. Somebody tell Jasperado to speak up. This is not Snowbird. This is much better. There he is. Me. All right. You're going to be very happy. Very, very
You know,
happy.
it's actually hilarious. You're going to be very, 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 very happy because you'll see. All right, so you've got we're going to start off with a Vibranium token. Amadeus, Cho, and Kirby, common. Uncommon Hercules, super rare Snowbird. So you've hit
Yep, there you go.
You've hit Snowbird.
You got the
Legacy card Venus, Chase Chaos King, and Chase Atum.
You got a God pack.
Congratulations,
You got the God pack. God pack, which also
There
hit
she
the
is.
bounty.
That is a God pack.
Yeah, God pack that hit
That
the
is
bounty.
very cool.
All right, so I need something to put all this in. I mean, I got a tub over here. All right, so mark that down as put a thing on there that it won the bounty.
Yep. Bounty.
Wow, man, that might be the best booster ever pulled on our show.
It hit the bounty too, which is crazy. You sent him this box.
Yeah, just put a big star on it or whatever, and so we know. So we know that that's the bounty. Wow, man. A God pack and the bounty. Somebody chose Snowbird knowing what they were doing.
Yeah, that is very cool.
All right. All right, 19. Good deal. Good deal. We looked up, unless I looked at it wrong. Hold on a second. Let's look.
No, that was up. You gotta scroll back down. He sent that like 8 something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
There we go.
Okay.
Congrats. There we go. Well, he's over. He's not in the Auxxit chat. We're talking to him over in the other Restream chat.
Yeah.
All right, so 19. I'm sorry for anybody that's got 19 and 20. We're not going to be able to top 18. It would be amazing if we did.
Yeah.
The only thing that could
I hope we do.
There's only one thing that could have made that better, and that would have been for the Storm Chase to be in there.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got the
I mean,
next.
the 2 that you got were also very good. It's not like you got you could have gotten a worse chase. I feel like those are 2 very good.
Yeah, that's a hell of a pack.
Yeah.
You just got like $400, I think.
This is a very good brick.
Yeah, man. All right, you got a Mabaku rare, Nick Fury and Goose uncommon. That's something we haven't talked about. I think he's usable. Claw common, White Wolf common, Storm common. Just call in a little cat and then call in Beetlejuice.
All right, last booster of the night, booster number 20. You've got a common AIM agent, a common Calling Wing, uncommon Hercules, rare Spider-Man, and you've got the rare Prime Colonel James Rhodes, who is also very good.
So that pack, we got 2 primes and
2 primes, 2 chases, and
that's
a good bit of.
That's a good break.
Yep.
Okay, this was good. This would have been a case. This is the case I had set aside for you, Nate.
Hercules is all right. I'm putting your Hercules back in because he was out.
All right, guys. We'll call it till next week. I've got to get home and I'm going to watch a little football, go to sleep, get up in the morning, and play some Hero Clicks. Anybody going to Kentucky, I will see you there. Again, message me like really soon if you need me to bring your stuff. I'm gonna look at what Jay's got. So anyway, good night, everybody.
See y'all.